think you know it all. Talk will only take you so far before you have to prove it. This time I'll watch you lose it. You're out of line and out of time. Just walk away while you still have your pride. If you're man enough to fight, then you're man enough to fall. What are you gonna do with your back against the wall? You played the game so far, now come and claim your prize. There's no escaping this time. I will watch you fall. I will watch you fall. If you're man enough to fight, then you're man enough to fall. What are you gonna do with your back against the wall? You played the game so far, now come and claim your prize. There's no escaping this time. You're just a know-it-all, but I know you're mine, and I will watch you fall. Watch you fall. It's cold outside, but I'm not worried for tonight. I shut my eyes and I'm alright. And if I fall, you'll catch me. They're waiting now for me to stand and make them frown. I know I'll make it through somehow when I have you to guide me. And now I see I am surrounded. I am the silence in the road, just a figure in the dark. Is this become before the storm? If I fall, you'll catch me. Push me back up on my feet. Be the strength inside of me, a burning fire that you feed. I want you to know it wasn't clear to me before, the gravity of what you You see the good inside of me, even when I cannot believe. I see it all through you. You're right. No alternative. This is exactly what I need. It made me lose its sleep, but at least now I see. I am surrounded. I am the silence in the road, just a figure in the dark. Is this become before the storm? If I fall, you'll catch me. Push me back up on my feet. Be the strength inside of me, a burning fire like you. I brushed it off, pushed it aside, but I was looking for you. I'm always looking for you. I brushed it off, pushed it aside, but I couldn't help. I was looking for you. Yeah, I was looking for you. I am surrounded. I am the silence in the road, just a figure in the dark. Is this coming for the storm? If I fall, you'll catch me. Push me back up on my feet. Be the strength inside.
Welcome back, everybody, to another wonderful race here in the Vigilante Racing League. We're coming at you live in the desert, full of cacti and race trucks here tonight. We are at Phoenix for 100 amazing laps of nothing but action-packed racing. I am your host, Alan Brown, and I am joined by Mr. Alan English. Alan, how you doing tonight, man?
Good, man. Looking at this blazing Arizona sun high above us here as it's about 3:30 in the afternoon, game time, or race time, I should say. The track temp is still up there pretty high, even though the ambient temperature is only 78 degrees, but 110 track temp. This is an odd-shaped track. There's some guys that specialize in this track. There's a couple of Arizona natives here in the field, so... we'll see if they have any kind of advantage tonight, but it's gonna be wild, especially coming into that dog leg. Going, shoot, we might have some 5 wide racing.
As someone who wants to see that 5 wide racing, that's going to be Mr. Adam Turner down there on pit road. Adam, hope you're all stocked up. I know this sun can get you dehydrated pretty quickly, and you know what, man, I think we're in for a good show tonight.
Yeah, well, I wait, I hydrate. That's what we do down here on pit road. Yeah, I mean, it's hot. The track's going to be slippery, and hopefully, like you said, 5 wide English. If that's the case, we may have some fights for next week. So, looking forward to it. Vigilante Racing League, D&D Racing Graphics. What's cool about this league? It's a money league. They're going to win money. You're in the top 3, or you make the fastest lap of the race. So. They lay it all out there. You have 2 fast repairs, 60% fuel, and I think we're looking at 100 miles here at this Phoenix racetrack tonight, boys.
Yes, it's something like that. Give me just 1 second as I look something up, but kind of go through what today's race is going to entail. 100 laps here at this mile. Kind of interesting shaped track. Got a dog leg, got essentially 3 different turns, which a modified version of Pocono, you could almost call it, like Mr. Alan English was saying there. Nice and sunny. The ambient temperature is not that high, but that track temp is cooking. And our key to the race here today is going to be, you got to be brave. We're going to see these tires wear out pretty quick. You got to make those moves early, and you got to make them actually matter.
Yeah, be brave in the sense too that try a different line. Get down low on that dog leg once or twice and get the feel of that transition as you get back up on the track and see how it feels to you.
Pretty quick, you got to make those moves.
Yeah, well, and I was talking about how this is a money race. It's not just for the racers; it's for the people watching on the streams and whatnot. Because it looks like we're gonna be there's gonna be fans that can win money. Because if they're the super fan of the race, they get put into a drawing. Isn't that right, boys?
That is right.
Yeah, at the end of the season, they're going to take all those names and have a drawing for $50 gift cards. So all you guys out there on the interwebs watching us stream on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, make your comments heard. We'll be keeping track of comment traffic, and at the end of the race here, we'll announce our super fan of the race.
Yeah, and it's super cool because we get to pick the fan. So I'm excited about that, So keep your comments coming.
We'll let that power go to our head now.
That's true. That's the only power we have, so we might as well enjoy it.
Yes.
As our drivers kind of finish up with their race meeting, they're kind of going out there for some last little bit of practice. We're going to be entering qualifying here in just a moment. We're just going to kind of follow some of these guys as they putts around. And you can see there the 19, Alex Forge Berube, who had a pretty good week last week. Looking to maybe move on that momentum.
Yeah, he ended up taking 3rd, I think, in the race at Miami in that wild finish that we had.
Yeah, it was a fun race. These guys put on a great show, and they race super clean. I mean, there's a lot of cars on this track today, so we'll see how it works out with a mile track, but I have faith in these guys.
As all these drivers start to get in their trucks to go out there for their qualifying effort, what we're going to do here is we're actually going to take a ride. As soon as I find the right camera, we're going to take a ride with the Vigilante Reports very own Spotlight Driver of the Week. If you haven't listened to their podcast, man, go give it a listen, because we're riding around here with that 81 of Jonathan Osborne, who is a quadriplegic racing with some modified controllers. And man, what this guy is doing out here, I mean, it's crazy. He's quick.
Yeah, it's inspiring to see somebody that, has certain limitations, but he's on here kicking people's asses. So, great to watch that 81 truck go around the track and lay down some good times. And yeah, if you haven't heard, the Vigilante Racing League does have a podcast on SoundCloud. It's under Ricky Wittenberg's name. It's called the Vigilante Report. So go check it out, give it a listen. I listened to it earlier today. I didn't get through the whole thing, but Alan Brown, you did, and I know that's something we're gonna be listening to gather some intel on our and some insight on the racing that this Vigilante series has going on.
What an amazing story, and I'm gonna have to tune into that, because maybe I'll learn some little insider information about these little infighting. Maybe we have some teams fighting. I don't know. I just want to see fights in general. But yeah, great story for the 81 Osborne.
Yeah,
Looks like
currently
he's
P3 at the moment. It just drops down to 4. We got Josh Oxendine and Jacob Shoffett both kind of shoving him down just a little bit, but that's all right. We'll move along. Watch the 46 of Tim Rivers kind of go out there and put together a couple of laps, and we do have to say a quick apologies to the number 28. His first name is actually George. We apologize to you there, George, for getting that wrong, but we have been corrected, and hopefully not make that mistake moving on.
Well, we tend to make a few mistakes. It probably wasn't me. I'm sure it was English, but
It was me.
oh,
I'll
okay.
say it.
I'm sure we were all guilty of it at some point, as these guys kind of keep on going, putting in their laps. You got Tim Rivers still going around out there. You got Albert Anderson. I think he's just finishing up his effort. Eric Klafka in this kind of bright pink truck. Man, that thing's gonna be seen from space here today.
Yeah, D&D Race Graphics, Ricky Whitberg's little outfit, does a lot of the paints for these cars, and he's one of our race sponsors. So go and check him out. It's DND, that's Delta November Delta Race Graphics, and graphics is spelled Grafix. Check him out on Facebook. Send him a message if you want a cool looking paint like a lot of these guys run out here.
Yeah, it looks like paints are the name of the game. It looks like our friend from Quebec, he changed his paint scheme. He's normally wasn't he in the Montreal Canadiens paint scheme last week?
I believe he was.
Yeah, I believe he was. I think he's tired of me giving him a little bit of crap for that.
Well, it's fun to listen to.
Still got a couple of guys out there. You got Alex Gray right now in the 4. He's working his way around, and
Blonsky out there too, trying to pick up.
I saw Jablonski's card. Looks like something from the Soviet bloc. I'm not quite sure, but it's pretty cool.
I saw it. It had a Russian
Shield.
Russian eagle or something on the hood, and that red and
Maybe-
white paint stood out.
Maybe it was Polish.
Oh, maybe so.
Just
Maybe so.
guessing. Just guessing.
Yeah, the red and white would probably. That should have clued me in, probably.
Maybe
Colors of the
it's-
Polish flag.
Qualifying is coming to an end. Only got a couple people not taking a time, but that's all right. I think they joined the session a little bit late, and that's all right. We're just happy you are here, and we're going to get this thing going here in just a moment. But first, we got to do a official grid rundown, and looks like Trevor Robertson winning pole position here today. Not a bad effort from him whatsoever. You got Tyler Green going to be starting here in second. Russ Kilgore will be starting here in third, with Brian Jablonski starting in fourth. Timothy Pope starting here in fifth, with Jess Vaught starting in sixth. You got Eric Klafka starting here in seventh, with Josh Bittner starting here in eighth. Josh Oxendine in ninth, with Jacob Schaffet rounding out your top 10.
Number 4, Alexander Gray will be starting in 11th. The 81, our driver spotlight of the week, Jonathan Osborne starting in the 12th position. The 20 of Zach Wheeler in 13th. The 82 of Michael Everidge in 14th place starting out. The 753 of Jeremiah Burke rolling off 15th. The 01 of Kelly Cool in 16th place. The 3 of Austin Paul in 17th. The 020 of Simon Cobra Sorigis in 18th. The 19, last week's third place finisher, Alex Forget Barube in 19th. The 07 of Jack Dixon in 20th. The 12 of Albert Anderson, 21st. And rounding out your top 22, the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg.
29, Dave Hot Rod Mayberry, 23rd. 15 of Jeffrey Green, 24th. 46 of Tim Rivers. Looks like he's in a Georgia Bulldog machine, 25th. 37th, Dustin Reel, 26th. The number 28 of George Rincon, 27th. Then in 27th, number 27, Bradley Wright, number 28, in 28th position. The 027 of Angelica Timmerman will be in 29th place. 23 of Deion Jones, 30th. 91 of Rob Green, 31st. John Herzik, 32nd. Lori Vaught, 33rd. And Jeff Schneider will be 34th. And they may be some admins taking care of the race control. So
Lori's our admin, so.
yeah, I think so. I'm just reading off a teleprompter like Anchorman here.
So as everybody kind of gets going, getting ready to take this green flag, I believe we're going to go around one more time, kind of stretch those muscles out, and it's always a good time to buckle up, strap on that drinking helmet, and throw inhibition out that window, because man, oh man, is it time to go racing out here in that desert of Phoenix.
Yeah, track temp actually cooled down a few degrees. It's sitting at about 104 right now. Hopefully
that's
that'll
it.
continue to cool down, but we'll see.
That's it, huh? Just 104 degrees.
Yeah, well, it was like 111, so
It's a dry heat.
it's a dry heat.
Pace cars taking us around, and definitely be on the lookout, especially kind of near that dog leg. You're going to see people go dang near all the way down to that inside wall before they come back up the track. That's kind of where one of the those areas where you got to be brave is going to come into play, because it's going to get kind of muddled down there for a little bit as pace cars entering kind of this turn 3 and coming down pit road right now. You got Trevor Robertson and Tyler Green taking us here to this green flag for the very first time here today, and away we go. Clean start by the looks of it. Oh, we got a little bit of a problem kind of going down, but everyone's able to hang on to it. Side by side they go. It looks like Trevor Robertson on that inside getting a pretty decent run as kind of the people behind him all stagger about. I mean, man, can't get much cleaner of a start than that. We got kind of racing's going on behind these top few guys. We've got 2, almost 3 wide coming through that final turn. You got Josh Bittner, Eric Klafka, and Jacob Schaffet all sitting right there all together, and these guys are definitely not waiting for any time here.
Got a couple of trucks scraping the wall back there. I believe it was the 82 and maybe another one of them back there that scraped the outside wall just a little bit. Not enough to do any devastating damage or anything, but scraping up that paint job early.
Yeah, cold tires, nerves, all that. But this dog leg is going to be something. They were already going 3 wide the first couple laps. It's interesting to watch that dog leg. Really fun aspect of this track.
Yeah, and you can really see like the people that want to risk it and go all the way down there. Other people, might just dribble their toes kind of into it a little bit, but for the most part, it's pretty clean. As we're got Russ Kilgore trying to make a pass on the outside. Looks like he will on Tyler Green. So Russ Kilgore up here into second. Looks like Deion Jones was having a little bit of an issue, and hopefully he will be back out here on the track here shortly, as we've now got the Tyler Green and I believe that's Timothy Pope kind of going at it right now.
Yeah, Matt Fornes on Facebook pulling for the 81 today, the spotlight driver. And Matt also on Facebook pulling for Angelica Timmerman. Appreciate you guys chiming
following her right now. She's it looks like dispatch. I think we talked about it in Canada.
Yeah, in Canada.
She is 911, so we appreciate her.
Great back to blue paint. I like that.
Yeah, super cool.
And you can see kind of back here the 20 truck of Zach Wheeler. He's working his way up. He's up 3. He's now up into a top 10 spot right now. So he's definitely not sitting waiting around for anything, because he knows all these positions are very important, especially like I said earlier, these tires, once when they wear off, this is going to be very tricky to pass. He's got Jeremiah Burke right now up on his back bumper. Look for Jeremiah Burke to maybe make something happen. And he got the Kelly Cool in the 01. He's been slowly inching his way up too. He's just got a pass done there on Jacob Schaffet. So he's sliding up there. He's now up into 13th himself.
Yeah, I'd like to mention the 37 of Dustin Reel. He's up 6 spots, and he's in a paint scheme right up my alley. USA, love it or leave it. So I
Very
like that
nice.
paint scheme. he's making it happen as he crosses the finish line there.
Lots of comments rolling in on YouTube. Steve G saying, let's go see some door-to-door racing action. Peyton McGowan saying he's pulling for looks like he's pulling for Josh Bittner. And who else we got on here? Ryan Wilford saying let's go racing. And Ryan Newman Domer saying let's go.
As we got a truck up into the inside wall.
33, the 23 car Jones went inside.
Staying green though here.
We're staying green. So
I was
Deion,
riding with him there. Wow.
man, heck of a save from him. He went hard into that inside wall, able to kind of keep it down there and kind of keep those wheels rolling. And we are still green flag racing here as we start lap number 10 of this.
Not the end of their race by
race.
any means.
No, we are very just in the beginning stages here. You got Trevor Robertson. He's kind of driving away from the pack a little bit here, but he could also be burning up his rubber a little bit too much, as Russ Kilgore's got Tyler Green still there kind of on his back bumper. You got Timothy Pope and Brian Jablonski there, as well as you can see Jess Vaught. He's trying to work his way up, and man, he's almost 3 wide back here with Bittner and Klafka.
Yeah, there's some movement going on out here.
Adam, these guys got 2 fast repairs, I believe, today. I guess this is one of them races where you can't be shy about using them, even if you just think, it's not a whole lot of aero damage. I'm going to save it for later. You might want to go ahead and use it.
Yeah, but if there's no caution that comes out, you could be 2 laps down by the time the thing starts back up. So you have to use it. You're gonna have to use it, accordingly. Hopefully with a caution or something like that. But you could get stuck out there, and a lap or two down, then you'd be in a little bit of trouble.
Hey man, we got action going on up here at the front. You got the 7 of Russ Kilgore. He was on a pretty good run there for a little bit, but he's starting to lose a little bit of ground as Tyler Green was able to get around him, and because of that, Timothy Pope was also able to kind of follow through and come around. So Timothy Pope now up into third.
0-0. Jake Schaff had just got turned a little bit, but held it. And Alex Forget Berube also hit the wall last turn 4. So lots of action out there. I think those tires are getting a little hot.
0-0 looks like he backed into one of those parking bollards in the parking lot of 7-Eleven or something on his way to the track. As the back end of that truck's bashed in just a little bit.
So we kind of see a battle for 7th here. You've got Eric Klafka, Jonathan Osborne, Brian Jablonski. I mean, these guys have been kind of two wide racing here quite a bit. As you can see, Jonathan Osborne trying to work his way up through that inside line, being able to hold it off, but not getting the run out of the corner that he would necessarily need to make a pass really happen, as the 17 is really working on that outside.
And the 753 wants to go. These guys are fighting side by side, and he's like, come on, y'all make up your mind, I want to go. And here comes the 20 up right behind him.
And we also got Timothy Pope getting challenged by Tyler Green, as Tyler Green gets up into the wall a little bit. He's going to lose a bit of momentum. That's going to allow that 7 to Russ Kilgore back around. So, man, we got some action going on up at the front. Looks like Jonathan Osborne still fighting for that spot. He's got a little, not necessarily the best drafting track, but he had a little bit of help behind him trying to push him along. He's there inside that 753 right now, trying to make some magic happen, as we got, drivers going crazy all over the place.
Yeah, and thanks Chan the Man 72 on YouTube. He's pulling for AP. He said, let's go AP. Pulling for the number 3. He's pulling for Ricky and for Austin, the 55 and the 3.
Well, that's good to see we got a little fan action out there. Now they want to be fans because there's money involved, right? I mean,
They've always been fans.
I know there's been a lot of good comments on that. They got a little following, which is cool. Yeah, I'm riding along with Jack Dixon in the 07 car. He's plugging along, but he looks like he put that thing in a ditch or something out in South Texas. It's terrible looking. But he's got it moving.
Yeah, it looks like he found that outside wall that can reach out occasionally, as right in front of him he can see a huge gaggle of cars. You can see, looks like the 53 of Josh Oxendine, is that the 53 or 63? 63
is Oxendine, yeah.
Excuse me, as he was battling it out with Kelly Cool. Is that Kelly Cool drifting all the way up into the wall? I think he maybe gave it a little bit of a love tap, but able to keep her on rolling. And these guys, they're already starting to feel those effects on those tires.
Yeah, it's Jeffrey Osborne, Jonathan Osborne. I'm sorry, 81. He just tapped the wall there in 3, and he held it. He's still running along. Driving well.
Yeah, Cool went from way down the track all the way. Just you couldn't fit a piece of paper between him and the wall, I don't think. And
I was
wasn't his plan.
4 wide, almost going through this kind of dog leg here, and people are able to figure it out. But man, talk about this gaggle here. This is all for a top 10 spot.
Yeah.
That's where I'm watching these guys. This is for the money, man. They're trying to get up there, and every one of them cars got a little dent in it, So, hey, they're running, and they're running well.
So what do you guys think as far as pit strategy goes here? We were talking to Ricky before the race, and he was telling us that the pit window was likely between 40 and 42 laps. But if you look at this race, it's 100 laps. Do you think a lot of these guys are going to try to split it into thirds, like we've seen at a lot of other tracks?
Yeah, because you're good at about 30, 33 laps, your tires are done. And we're going to see that. I think we're going to see a lot of sliding here, so that might be a good strategy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but you also this is going to be one of those tracks you got to be careful on pit road, as you can go a lap down, and if something happens, you can get trapped that lap down, and that is not in a position you want to be in.
And it's a long pit road, and it's 45. I mean, this is one of those weird pit roads, isn't it, Adam? Where your entry and your exit are pretty close together almost, it seems.
Yeah, and you're coming out and you're right back in it. There's no messing around. There's no. You're getting out on the track. Yeah. So it's a fun track for sure. If you can drive it like these guys are driving it, it's definitely fun. I've been involved in some of these where it just turns into looks like a monster jam or something. You know, these guys are making a run of it.
Not enough leagues run this track a whole lot, and it really is a shame because it's so unique and so much fun, and if you put the practice in, it is an absolute blast. I don't care if you're in NASCAR trucks or if you're in Indy cars. It's still fun no matter what you're driving.
Yeah, you better be a wheelman. I mean, you better know what you're doing here. Because
it's technical.
As Jacob Schaffet getting loose coming off of turn number 2. Thankfully, he was down there on that inside line. He was able to kind of sneak down into that dog leg, so he had room to save it. But yeah, these guys are definitely pushing these things to the limit. Really, no joking.
Yeah, I mean, at this point on the tires, you're working harder than a real Mrs. Poindexter. That's for damn sure out here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And talk about working harder than the real Mrs. Poindexter. Alex Forget Berube, he's 8 spots currently up into 11th. We kind of seen him, he looks like he's pretty good on those longer runs. So we'll see kind of how his pit strategy plays out for this race. But he's trying to inch his way up as same thing with Jeremiah Burke in that 753.
Let's see if he can save it. Ford got into the back of somebody and just went sideways, and Kelly Cool just saying over the radio, man, that was close. As they almost got together a little bit, but wow, what a piece of driving by the Ford to save that. Alexander Gray, way to be on the wheel, man.
They had a little help. He used the door of the other guy, but it worked out. Nobody, no harm, no foul.
Kelly was there with his door to save the day.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit of a spice going on up at the front. You got the 84, Josh Bittner, trying to make something happen against the 5 of Tyler Green up here. This is a battle for third. Looks like Josh is just going to have to wait a little bit more to maybe get that right opening as we're kind of quickly approaching that pit window that you guys are expecting to kind of see if you want to split this thing up into third.
Rob Green just spun and smacked the inside wall. We stayed green, though, as he gets down on the apron to let these faster trucks around, as he's got some damage here.
Hell, everybody's got damage at this point, it looks like on my screen. But they're still going around.
Yeah, and Deion Jones, we've seen him have quite a few issues. He's a few laps down here today, but so far, still out here running. And if you listen to the podcast, that's one thing these guys definitely like to see is, hey, it may not be your night, but hey, stick it out, come out, have some fun. It's a long work week. Just gotta enjoy a little bit of racing.
Yeah, and some fans going back and forth on the YouTube chat. Looks like Peyton McGowan and Chan the Man and Ryan in there talking about who's the biggest fan of who. So thanks, guys. Keep the conversation going over there on the YouTube page. We appreciate you.
As you can see, kind of Kelly Cool get around Brian Jablonski there. Ricky Wittenberg's kind of right there next in line, but he's got the 07 of Jack Dixon sitting right behind him. As Josh Bittner finally getting his time to maybe try to get around Tyler Green, but once again, that window just barely closed. He was just neck and neck with him, but didn't necessarily have the preferred line going into a corner.
Yeah, the 07 to Jack Dixon used that low line to try to make a position there. And He's apologizing on the radio. I think he may have had a little bit of contact with another truck out there.
Yeah, well, it's going to happen as these tires just get worn out. You know, it's going to happen.
And the other thing we got to start watching out for is it looks like we got one of our first takers coming down pit road. I believe that's Bradley Wright. As you know, these guys are now starting to enter into some lap traffic scenarios. So Trevor Robertson, you know, he might have a pretty decent sized lead, but it's every once in a while it's getting cut down a little bit by maybe being slowed up.
Yeah, and he was one of the last cars, I think, on the lead lap, and figured, you know, why not? Might as well go in, and we're at 1/3 right now. If that's your pit strategy, and we've been green the whole time here, folks, so so far that strategy looks like it's going to be the way to go. So far, anyway. You know how that stuff always gets screwed up.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are working with their teammates and stuff, and you know, we're just kind of watching, and we're not in the pit box with the guys, so we're just kind of taking our guesses and rolling with it. Basically, that's what we do. But I think some of the times y'all call some pretty good, y'all have some pretty good plans, so we'll see if they match up with some of these guys.
McGowan on YouTube saying Bittner is 4th on the track, but number 1 in his heart, so...
Oh, that's good.
Thanks for that.
It's always
sweet.
He's really wanting to be the super fan there, isn't he?
Yeah.
I know how to be a super fan. Make a page for Alan English fan page. That's what we need.
Oh, don't do that. I have enough fans. I've got one blowing on me right now because it's kind of hot in here.
And it looks like we're starting to get more and more takers as Josh Bittner, Tyler Green, Josh Oxendine, Albert Anderson all coming down pit road trying to get some fresh rubber. And, you know, I think at this stage in the race, that's something you're not going to have to look out for. But kind of towards the end here, be on the lookout. Some of these guys might be a little sneaky and take 2, as this is a flatter track and you might be able to get away with it a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm watching Pope in the 728 Racers for Christ truck. Sorry, he's really conservative there in that dog leg, and it's very consistent too. And I think that's helped him, you know, stay where he's at.
And he's cut down that lead. The lead was up to 2 seconds. It's now down to about 3/4 of a second. So this lap traffic and Pope's driving, he might have saved a little bit of tires here late. He's making a big time run for it, as got Jess Vaught, I believe, sliding up here into 3rd. And I mean, he's 8 seconds behind these guys. As you know, this just everyone's kind of coming through, doing their whole pit cycle thing.
Some cars stacked up behind the 3rd place car of 88 of Eric Klafka. And Pope is definitely catching Robertson.
Oh, yeah, he is right on his bumper now. You can see that Gorilla Glue number 6 car has a pink and black truck sitting right there behind him. And if you're Trevor, you're wondering, where'd my gap go?
Went away with his tires.
Yeah, well, Pope is he's super conservative. He's not dumping it down into that dog leg. He's riding that yellow line seems like every lap, and it's helped him to this point.
Brett Vincent on YouTube saying, "Let's go Ox." So we know he's pulling for that. What's 60? The 63 of Oxendine.
And so we're getting more and more drivers coming down this pit lane, and you got to imagine the rest of this field's probably getting ready to come down themselves. As you know, even if you don't feel like you need some tires, as the 728's looking to make a move around the outside here in turn number 3, trying to take the lead. He's going to nose him out there across the line, but he's going to have that outside going around here in turn number 1. They do have some lap traffic sitting there in front of them, and I think that caused the 728 to get kind of pick maneuvered a little bit there.
Yeah, George Rincon, 28. He had nowhere to go, so George Rincon was staying out of the way, but now he comes down 728. Looks like he's coming to pit road.
One of Jonathan Osborne and the 20 Wheeler are in.
As
Go ahead, Ralph.
it sounded like Simon Cobras Regis had a little bit of a problem there. I don't know how we're staying green. Let's go back and kind of take a look at what happened there. As he's coming out of that final turn, looks like he was getting a little loose, getting a little tight, getting a little loose, getting a little tight, and into that inside wall. Maybe should have been a caution there, but this thing stays green.
It looked like he had his drinking helmet on. I'm not quite sure. But no, it gets loose out of that final corner.
That was scary.
It gets loose out of that final corner for sure.
All these guys are still coming down. What your leader was, Trevor Robertson, came down to pit lane, and it's like Eric Klafka is going to be the next one here, and so inheriting that lead is going to be Ricky Wittenberg, and it kind of looks like Eric Klafka there. He was driving mighty slow. I wonder if fuel might have been an issue there for him, as we're kind of getting close to that.
Oh man, you ain't kidding. These guys are running on fumes. They're at 45. Yellow's out.
Get out of caution.
All right, so let's try to see what caused that caution.
I didn't see much of anything, but something happened near pit road with entry. But I don't know if that's what happened there. Everything seemed to be running well.
That was a manually thrown caution. So Lori up there in the admin stand.
Okay.
Saw something she didn't like and went ahead and threw it. And special shout out to Lori Vaught for she does this on her own, folks. She is the admin for these Vigilante Racing League races, and she does one hell of a job. And we sure appreciate you up there, Lori, watching out for these guys and keeping track of what's going on down there.
I was waiting to see kind of who decides to stay out, who decides to come on in, and kind of looks like Ricky and Dustin. I'm surprised George is George's coming down. And
they're all coming down.
okay, so that was a whole slew of lap cars. We got to get back around this kind of pace car, and so got a little bit of a mess. And man, it's if you watching here on pit road, Ricky Wittenberg, he's got someone who's getting ready to go here. He might have run out of fuel and was getting a little bit of help from somebody.
He was getting pushed to his pit stall. I mean, they pushed it really far. He went and made it to lap 45, lap 46 before he had to come in. So
and he was the one giving you all the information on the
he might have been really playing it conservative. I mean, he estimated 42 is about all you're going to get out of it, but with a little bit of early lifting, maybe clutching it in a little bit, he stretched it. A couple other guys did too, and way to make some better mileage out of it.
Yeah, he almost stretched it to where he was out of fuel.
Yeah, and I think we were starting to see that from some of these drivers. I noticed it with Klafka. He was coming down pit road, starting in like the dog leg. He was way off pace. I wonder if he was out of fuel when he was doing that and was just trying to coast her all the way back around. And some of these guys, I mean, they were pushing it to that very edge. So knowing what we know now, I'm expecting one more pit stop, and that, if not for tires, it's at least some fuel.
Yeah, and I think they're going to play chess here at the end and kind of wait out a caution maybe in the last 10 laps to go for it.
Chan the Man and Brett Vinson both saying, man, what a great job these drivers are doing of dodging wrecks and saving, potential spins, and Chan the Man also saying this is going to get very interesting. Restarts always are, man.
Yeah, this is a thinking man's race here for sure.
So we kind of allow these guys to kind of get back going, trying to figure out what needs to happen here under Payson. I know we still got a few guys that were staying out that last time instead of pitting to get a lap back because they were kind of trapped a lap down, and kind of based upon when they did last pit, they were some of the ones that pitted somewhat recently, so that shouldn't hurt them too bad. I wonder if they might delay this thing one more time to allow the all the field to.
Looks like they are. Yeah.
Yeah, good call on Lori there, the admin, to add another caution lap to let these guys catch up to the field, so we don't have a strung out restart here.
What it does kind of look like, it looks like we have 16 cars on the lead lap.
Wow. But, I mean, there's literally 33 cars that gridded. And to have only one caution, it was thrown by the admins. It's been great racing here. Great racing.
And so at, I believe, the 728 of Timothy Pope is actually going to be leading us off to this next green flag. Looks like he might have had just a slightly better pit stop, which he did compared to Trevor Robertson. So Timothy Pope going to be leading us off here. Getting some bonus points, doing what he's got to do. Jeremiah Burke will be starting here in third. He's up 12. Man, that's pretty good. As green flag's getting ready to come out, and away we go, blasting off down this front straightaway, down into turn number 1, side by side we go. And it looks like the 6 on that outside is looking to maybe push it, and no, I think he might have got a little loose and not able to hang on to it. As holy smokes, Jeremiah Burke going way low down there on the dog leg.
It may cost him a position here as the 6 stayed up high, and it looks like he's going to hold on to that second position. I love watching everybody fan out going down in that dog leg. That's a unique thing for this track. You don't see that anywhere else. You have to deal with that transition. That's a bumpy transition coming back up on the track, but great job of these guys to negotiate that very well.
And we can see right in front of Jess Vaught, you got Russ Kilgore and Josh Bittner. They've been side by side for a couple laps since this restart. So these guys trying to get things sorted out. Right behind Jess, you got Ricky Wittenberg, Tyler Green, George Rincon, Josh Oxendine, Albert Anderson. Man, we got a whole slew of guys all right here.
Well, look at 10 through 15. I mean, that's just a battle. Even all the way up to 8. They're sticking with each other. 3 wider in the corner with Jack Dixon in 07 car. Oh, 07 gets sideways.
Oh, they're wrecking hard.
This is cause a yellow.
Probably going to be yellow. Let's see. The 4 sideways in the middle of the track here.
Yeah. 07 got turned. There you go.
And there it is. Talk about Albert Anderson in that 12. He's had a solid night. He's sitting there right on the cusp of the top 10. He's up 10 positions. So watch that 12 car of Albert Anderson tonight. He's on a tear.
Kelly Kuehl, he looks like he mosquito truck out there. He must have burned it up when he got hit, and that was an interesting interesting thing that happened there. I don't know if you got a look at it there, Brown.
Apparently I did not, unfortunately. It did not load on my end. So, unfortunately, no.
Go back and look at it on my end, but it's not going to do the viewers any good because they are not going to be able to see what I can see.
Nope. As we got a few people staying out, but we also got a whole slew of cars coming down pit road, and it's gonna be close. But I think once when this thing goes back green, we can, if it stays green the rest of the way, this is it. These guys will not need to stop anymore.
They won't need to, but they may want to. Because it's going to get real slippery. I mean, we still have, 46 laps to go? 44? I'm not good at math.
That's right, but I need an adult to double check me.
So it looks like 01, Kelly Kuehl came off the wall in turn 4, bounced down into the 07 of Jack Dixon, and that's what and then Jack Dixon hit the 4, and it was like a domino effect after that.
Shan, the man, saying Ricky's on the move. Yeah, Ricky's one of them guys. He's up a lot of positions. He's sitting in 8th, up 14, I believe. Him and Tim Rivers there together with George Rincon. All three of them guys, 8, 9, 10, they're all up, 10 plus positions here.
Well, Michael Everidge, we haven't talked about him much, but he's in 12th spot in the Big Blue Nation Chevrolet.
And the man on YouTube also saying tempers are pretty calm here. He says, then again, I only know a handful of these guys. Well, these guys recruited folks specifically, I think, on not only how they race, but their attitudes and how well they'll get along with other people. And that's something we haven't seen in this league is a lot of, tempers flaring and people getting personal and, retribution on the track and that kind of thing. And it's been a joy to watch, and it's produced some great racing, lots of long green flag runs, and they really do have a great program here.
They really do. But Chan the man, it's coming. If you stick with us through the season, we're gonna see fights.
Yeah,
I promise you. I've been doing this enough, watched this, and been a part of this iRacing simulation, not a game deal, for a long time. Eventually, somebody's gonna get crossways, and it's gonna be fun. So we'll have rivalries and anger and hatred, and
goodness,
all the cool things we like in in racing.
And as always, we gotta thank D&D Race Graphics. Go check them out. That's by Mr. Ricky Wittenberg himself. Super big supporter of this league and making sure everything kind of gets going and running in a fantastic manner. So big thank you to him, and I believe it's Keller Williams of Tennessee.
Johnson City, Tennessee, yes.
As a pace truck coming down pit road once again, getting ready to take this green flag. Now you got Trevor Robertson there on that inside.
Little accordion action going on in the inside line about 5 rows back. Big accordion action going. A little bit of front end and rear end damage on a couple of trucks.
As Trevor Robertson definitely liking that inside line more than that outside on that restart. He's able to kind of start to scoot away from the 84 of Josh Bittner. But still got some fighting going on behind them. You got
Yellow's out. We got a 2-car wreck.
2-car wreck, and cautions sometimes breed cautions, right? Looks like the Angelica Timmerman 27 machine got into 027. She's damaged. I don't know what happened.
She's one of those cars a few laps down, but still entitled to race for positions, as she is now in the pits. I think she had tow. Not sure.
I'm not sure as well, as looks like we're not, unfortunately, once again. I think at these shorter tracks that my cameras have, or my software has an issue kind of picking up on these things. So.
No, let's just be honest. What happened is it's the junk guy that knocked out all your power and your interwebs over the last few days. I think is the reason why we're not catching some of this stuff.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I'll file that lawsuit.
Yeah, we should. But
damaging professional equipment.
exactly. It wasn't a storm. No, just some drunk guy hit the power pole, took everything out for 3 days. Glad you're still with us.
Yeah, no, man, it's
I'll
it's
miss
so
for a
nice
couple of
being here.
days.
Yeah, it's so nice being here, man. I mean, we get asked a lot up here, right? Like, how do you guys not get bored of just watching trucks and cars go around and around in a circle and whatnot? In my opinion, the answer is these guys aren't professionals, right? They're just
They drive like it.
they're everyday average Joes like you and me that wake up every morning at 6 a.m. going into work and then coming out, and this is their hobby and their pastime that they put time and effort in, and I mean it shows it's passion.
We talk about this all the time, but if you guys have watched, real NASCAR Cup racers race an iRacing race like this, it's a disaster. They're terrible. There's no give, it's all take. But that's not like that with these guys. They're amateurs, as you say, but they put on a lot better show than when I watch an iRacing event that has Cup drivers in it. I don't want to watch that because it always ends up a caution fest. But these guys care, and they're chasing that race purse as well that we talked about.
Yeah, you don't want to watch that. You can just jump on here and watch this.
Exactly.
This is that's way better. And these guys put a lot into it, but like you said, it is kind of a pastime, hobby. Some people are taking more serious than others. I don't
that's true.
personally. I don't take any of this stuff serious, but I do enjoy watching it. It entertains me. Just being here with y'all and watching this race and talking about it, it's entertaining to me. So I have a great time watching these guys. And this league, Vigilante Racing Series, they put on a great show.
That's for sure.
As the truck leads us through this dogleg one more time, getting ready to take back this green flag racing that we're so accustomed to seeing. And we had a nice long green flag run at the start, which is what kind of surprised us. And kind of up until late, had some pretty good racing. But you know what? I think we're getting ready to kind of get back into it as the pace truck coming down pit road. Trevor Robertson once again starting on that inside. We saw him get a fantastic jump there last restart. As we got some cars maybe missing a gear or spinning the tires as people scattering all around, and it looks like that 84 Josh Bittner, he likes that outside line just as much as that 6 likes that inside line, because they're still side by side. Great restart from Josh. Josh has currently got a nose right in front of Trevor. He's working his way down that front straightaway, and he is going to be able to take that lead away from the 6. And Josh Bittner, your new leader.
Y'all are watching all that up front. I was watching the 37 of Dustin Wheel in the USA
Yeah, I saw that too.
Holy cow! 3 wide jump to wow. He back in, hit somebody in the rear end and kept going. I mean, no caution, but wow, he's aggressive, I guess. A little aggressive there.
That'll make Peyton McGowan happy on YouTube. He's been pulling for that 84 all night, and Brett Vince is saying the old and new tire restart's definitely going to give these guys some opportunities to make some moves and probably wreck some cars. So,
But who was it that said that? Because that was a really
Brett
smart.
Vince.
Yeah, that's a good comment. That's actually true.
So
I
many
agree
of them
with
are pretty close on tires within a lap or two, but then there's another group of cars that's 20 lap older tires, but they kind of all made it through there mostly unscathed. You had a little bit of minor damage, some trading paint going on.
As the 28 and the 82 kind of trade a little bit of paint there, coming down through that turn number 1. They're able to slowly figure things out, but man, it's a whole gaggle as looks like the 63 of Oxendine having a little bit of an issue. He got up into the wall a little bit, able to keep it rolling. So man, these These guys.
Chan the man was also asking, where's that 3 truck at? Yeah, he's still up there. He's still trying to stay in the top 15 right now. He's 15th place. Austin Paul in that 3 truck, up 2 positions from where he started from, but I'm sure he was wishing he was up a few more, but a lot of racing left to go. We got 30 laps to go here.
Yeah, and it's hard to talk about everybody on a short track like this because we're moving so fast. Jeremiah Burke in the 753 is just pumping those laps out, and still sitting there 4th place, up 11 spots. So he's really moving.
Side by side they go, tight racing between George and Jacob Shoppett. Man, this thing is getting tight, as it looks like Zach Wheeler trying to throw his name into the mix, trying to make it maybe 3 wide here.
Yeah, Wheeler running up front there quite a bit, but trying to regain some positions here.
It looks like he's an old Crown Vic. He's just running that sheriff machine.
Tim Rivers trying to stay on that lead lap in that 46 machine. A little bit of racing going on for that lucky dog spot as 17 of Brian Jablonski and the 01 of Kelly Cool real close together within a half a second. The first couple of cars lap down.
And, we've seen anything can kind of happen later on in these races. Even though these guys' race are very, very clean, we've, just had a couple little instances of a car spinning here, a car getting into the wall there. So anything can happen here late, as still got a little bit of a battle going on here for a top 10. You got Jacob Shoffett, you've got Zach Wheeler, you got Russ Kilgore. Man, these guys. I can't stop saying these guys.
Well, they're doing one hell of a job here so far, and the guys up front here, they're really battling hard. You could throw a beach blanket over to the first 5 cars in the 6 cars in the race here, as they're all chasing that money.
As the 4 had to get backed way out of it, that's going to allow the 88 to stay right there on that back bumper. But looked like the 12 got out into that wall just a little bit and caused a little bit of a chain reaction back there. As up front, it's probably going to cause a chain reaction.
Yeah, Trevor Robertson is making his move right now. It looks like on Josh Bidner. Really got a good long run on him. And we'll see if he's going to make him eat some white dog crap or not. I don't know.
It looks like the 6 of Trevor Robertson, not only is he your second place car or truck right now, he's also looks like he's holding on to the fastest lap time of the race right now with a 27:50. Eligible for that $5 extra bucks at the end of the race. We got cars around. Oh, the 48's in the wall. He's upside down, flipping backwards. I'm sorry, the 46. Tim Rivers is upside down against the wall.
17 got involved in that
Oh
somehow.
my God. It was some bad glitch in there as he hit the fence and then slung backwards. That's going to be an awesome replay. Hopefully we caught that one.
I hope we did as well. As we got
46. Just, holy crap.
Sit back
What a
here.
horrendous crash.
Excuse me, as he went down into the dogleg, came back up onto the track. Oh my!
Ouch, man, call an ambulance.
Oh.
No, call a hearse.
I hope you saw. I was hoping you saw that because all I saw was the truck in the air, and I was like, "Wow."
That Georgia
kinda
Bulldogs
cool.
machine looks like he went a couple rounds with the LSU Tigers there, and
I got to rewind this. I think it was Kelly Cool. He's gonna have a view and a half of this from his cockpit. Let's go into his cockpit. Let's replay that one more time.
He went clean over his head.
Pause that. Let's find Mr. Kelly Cool. If I can find his name on my list.
Bunch of people coming down pit road right now.
Probably a good idea to get tires.
They're all coming down. I would too. Yeah, Trevor Robertson only got 2. Tyler Green only got 2. Or look like. Could be wrong.
Ooh, Kelly Cool keeping his cool driving through that. And all you can see is Tim Rivers just go straight off into space.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
So,
Chan the man saying you got to love the rubber banding walls on iRacing, and Peyton McCown
Man.
said, yeah, he went into space, I think.
Yeah, this track, it seems like it does that, kind of like a slingshot engage deal. You just see ya.
so yeah,
Get up.
new nickname for Mr. Tim Rivers, and that will be a Rocket Man.
He might as well be, and looks like he just manually disconnected. Him and Dustin Reel decided that they can't make any more positions tonight, and they went ahead and disconnected from the race.
They also might have run out of those fast repairs.
Yeah,
Used
wanted
up
to
their
stay out of
2 and-
people's way. Yeah.
Yeah, so
They gave up about lap 4 here, guys, so they made it pretty far. We only have, 20 to go?
yeah, we're gonna have I believe we're gonna have 19 to go
19.
when this thing goes back to green flag racing. So come on in, come get your comments in here, man.
Yeah.
Be
Somebody's gonna have,
get
we're gonna have
involved.
to pick the super fan. I don't know who's gonna pick the super fan, but
Kyle's actually watching us on the AAA broadcasting on Twitch. Says, "Come on, Jess Vault, you got this." So Jess has got a fan out there. We didn't know he had one, but he's got one.
man, we have so many platforms. I mean, we're basically prestige worldwide.
Prestige worldwide. Oh, I put liquid paper on a bee this morning, and it died.
I kind of figured.
It's like we're going green next time by. They're gonna go ahead and let them go this time, not adding an extra caution lap this time.
All right. Yeah, there was only a few cars that needed to get the wave around, not a whole slew of them. So I think they should be able to catch back up to this field fairly quickly. Get ready to take this thing back to the green. So looks like Josh Bittner is going to be starting here in that lead position. You got Ricky Wittenberg up there in second. Trevor Robertson sitting there in third. Got Jess Vaught in fifth. You got Timothy Pope in fourth as the pace truck comes down pit road now. And green flags waving, and away we go. A great restart there from Josh. But Ricky is now kind of making a late charge here on that outside.
Much smoother acceleration that time, but they're going 3 wide up here, going a
3
little bit
wide,
4 wide
4
action.
wide, 5 wide.
Yeah, they are. Yahtzee.
There goes the 33 wrecking. We got a car in the fence too. Oh, it's the big one, boys.
Oh, this is the big
double
one.
zero.
God,
Yeah.
hit your brakes, boys.
00 just got turned. And no fault of his own, but wow.
I believe if we take a replay of that, that is the unfortunate side effects of not real racing and this being iRacing. I believe that was all netcode.
Netcode between the 00 and the 33.
I
Yep.
thought that was real.
The 00 backed out of it, but the 33 went around like he got smashed in the quarter panel.
Yep. That's what it looks like to me. Just an unfortunate kind of thing going on there. And I mean, you can just see the carnage that was laden right after that.
They're going to have to repair that fence for sure. That thing is destroyed.
Yeah, the number 3 looked like he was hung in there, almost like a bow and arrow on a doe.
Yeah, sure he had a toe.
So,
definitely so.
unfortunate for that 33, having a great run, running up there towards that front. Now having to come down pit road, get some damages fixed, and kind of lose all that hard-fought gains of track position. And, you know, that's just going to bring more and more people back here onto this lead lap.
How many guys are going to stay out here?
You know,
Looks like most.
I think most of them are going to stay out. Knowing we're coming at kind of here to the end. They've realized we've had a couple quick yellows here and haven't really put some green flag laps on these tires quite yet, so they're still fairly fresh. As Kyle on the Twitch saying, "Ha, appreciate y'all. Got to show respects and come enjoy the race." Yes, sir. Welcome every time. And also mentioning unfortunate issue there, and yet, like I said, that's we get pretty lucky here on iRacing where we don't need to literally pay for any wrecked race cars, but at that same time, there is sometimes a price to pay, and that would be just straight up internet connection.
Yeah, but the track is cold now, guys. It's 94 degrees, so it's pretty cold out there.
This was for you, Adam. Brett Vincent says worldwide, wide.
All right, Brett Benson. He may be my super fan. We're gonna put these guys in a hat. There's been so many good comments, but yeah, man, we're gonna see some good racing here at the end. I have a good feeling.
Yeah, and you know we're as we're getting down to it. You know, this is something we actually haven't seen from these guys yet this season and in their recruitment races. It's kind of a sprint to the end, which is going to be even more exciting. Normally it's been kind of this when do you pit, pit strategy, how things kind of play out, and who saves tires and whatnot. But no, this is all kind of put up or shut up time.
Yeah, no more Yahtzee now. It's let's go.
Yeah, they were being too nice to each other is what they're doing. Now it's about to go down.
As this pace truck leads us off through that final turn one last time. Josh Bittner going to lead us off here. Looks like Trevor Robertson was able to sneak his way up into second once again, starting from that outside. And we are ready to go back to some green flag racing, hopefully all the way till the end here. 14 laps to go. Off down into turn number one. Side by side they go. That 6 man, he's very much uncomfortable on that outside line on those restarts. He had a little bit of a run, but that 84 was able to kind of just get around, but it looks like we've got ourselves another yellow.
Man, I had no idea what happened there. I was kind of looking through the field. I didn't see what happened.
Oh, Zach Wheeler, and I believe that was the, excuse me, let me replay that. I believe that's the 27 of Bradley Wright getting into it, spinning out. Looks like those were the only 2 cars involved there, so no crazy damage, but unfortunate there.
Yeah, well, it only takes 2 to tango, and that's what happened. But hey, we knew these guys weren't superhuman. You know, I think we've seen 1 caution before this race. Am I right, Brown, with these guys? I think we've only seen like 1 caution.
Been pretty close to that.
Yeah, they're super clean. This
low.
is a tough track. And now we're racing for money again.
Kelly Cool wrecking under caution with the 82. I don't know if
Ooh, is that bad blood? What's happening? I want to see.
Let's do a replay, see what's going on.
82 and the 01.
No, I think that was just a matter of the field was checking up, and the checkup didn't quite happen in time as the 81 kind of got into that back of the 01, and we kind of mentioned it that Jonathan Osborne not racing with your typical wheels and pedals, and I wonder if maybe that had something to do with it there a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could have for sure. Definitely no fighting on something like that. Yahtzee time.
But yeah,
Yeah,
no,
he's been a solid racer so far in this Vigilante Racing League. I love watching these truck series races, man. These things drive so well, but at the same time, there's challenging aspects to it.
yeah, there is, and I mean, arguably, albeit you can say the cup packages have been fairly nice to the drivers and pretty easy to drive.
Yeah.
The trucks are probably the easiest ones to drive. I mean, you can save a lot of mistakes pretty easily in these things. Which is kind of why they're one of the biggest choices for leagues. Because just about anybody can jump into one of these things and run. May not be competitive, but they can at least run and have some fun. As kind of take a look here through the field, you got the 27 of Angelica Timmerman sticking around here. She's unfortunately been kind of stuck here in the back for most of this race, but hey, we appreciate you for sticking around. Same thing kind of with Dave Hot Rod Mayberry. He's been having a little bit of a rough night. Also a Phoenix native here, I believe.
Yeah, we were kind of wondering if any of these guys in the Arizona area were going to get some special practice laps on the track in real life, and a little bit of back and forth on the Vigilante Racing League's Facebook page. If y'all aren't a fan of their Facebook page, go check it out. They post race updates. You'll see when the Vigilante Report podcast gets published if you're a fan of their page, and it looks like we're going green here.
Looks like we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Josh Bittner once again starting us off on that inside. Trevor Robertson on that outside, and away we go. Another great start from both drivers. It looks like they're going to go side by side down into turn number 1. And once again, it looks like that 6-man, he just can't figure out that outside restart, as the 728's able to get around him too. Maybe a strategic play, as if we get another restart, he'll be starting on that inside.
I was reckoning.
Yeah, we saw some damage there. Jonathan Osborne.
Jorge Berube and the 33 both got into each other and the wall, but kept it together, kept it green. Good driving, guys. Good
81. Jonathan Osborne got spun. He's damaged. He's heading into the pits.
Uh-oh. Spotlight driver of the week coming in to get some damage fixed. Oh, 2 more cars together. The 999. Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is a big wreck. Kelly Cool.
The 63. Oxendine. Oh,
Yeah.
man, lots of wrecking here.
Yeah, and we may see some more under caution. I think this has to do with these guys are,
This league is very good with, they go back and they watch the replays, okay? So if they see something that they think might have been retribution or something like that, they're going to handle it. So, but good eye on Lori for throwing that caution after seeing what was going on out there on the track.
Yeah, it looks like the 63 and the 01 just kind of ran out of racing room, and that's caused that whole bottle up. And thankfully for the 01, he was able to kind of run straight down into pit road, kind of angrily, I might add, taking his frustrations out onto that pit road cone. And woo, man, he is crab walking that thing down.
Are you kind of impressed with what you're seeing now with some drama happening out there on the track? Does this satisfy your little violent streak you got in you?
I wouldn't call it violence. I just call it like, action, fun.
It is exciting to see.
No, I
stuff
think it.
happen on the track.
But I do like to see it because it's gonna, it's gonna carry over.
Yeah, I'll mix things up.
These guys race car drivers do not forget. Even if you're a simulation race car driver, you're not going to forget who your enemy or who your friend is or all that stuff.
Exactly.
So,
And
but I don't want to see any blood or anything. I just want to see a little rivalry.
Yeah.
as the darkness kind of starts to set in here, as I think a big old cloud as that sun starts to kind of fade away. Josh Bittner currently in the lead here with Trevor Robertson in second, Timothy Pope in third, Russ Kilgore in fourth, Ricky Wittenberg in fifth. You got Jeremiah Burke here in sixth, Jack Dixon in seventh, Tyler Green eighth, Bradley Wright, pretty good run here late, gonna be ninth. Jacob Schaffet in that top 10. You got Jess Vaught, Jeff Snyder, Zach Wheeler, Josh Oxendine, Albert Anderson, John Herdstick, Simon Cobra Regis. You know, those are all on the lead lap, and then unfortunately you got some cars that are a couple laps down. Jeff Green, Alex Forget, Berube, Dave Mayberry, Kelly Cool, Austin Paul, George Rincon, Eric Klafka, Angelica Timmerman, Jonathan Osborne. You know, he was on a pretty good run here, but unfortunate late. Brian Jablonski, another unfortunate run. Mike Everidge, Alex Gray, Tim Rivers, Rob Green, and Dustin Reel, and Dion Jones. As I think Dion Jones called it quits quite a few laps ago. So unfortunate days for kind of all those guys. But still 17 cars on this lead lap now. Man, if you're the sixth, you gotta get a restart here.
Yeah, and keep your eye on guys like the 999 of Jeff Snyder. He's up 23 spots, and he's got some of the newest tires out there. He just got freaking tires at lap 94, so he's going to be on a tear and flying. Everybody in front of him has older tires, so let's see if he can get some more positions.
Pace truck coming down once again, and we're going to have, I believe, yes, a green-white checker here as away we go. We got Trevor Robertson, Josh Bittner working on that outside. That six finally getting a pretty good restart there on that outside. He's able to keep his nose in front of Josh.
Back here. Cautious out. 27 and the 33 got together. Big wreck back here. See if I can figure out where it happened at. Happened right as they were coming onto the back stretch. 33 got back up into the 27. A couple other cars collected.
See if
Sorry about that, Brown.
Oh no, it's okay. As we kind of look to see what happened here. Coming through that dog leg, and once again just running out of room to kind of come out onto that track. Man, I told these drivers you got to be brave in that Keeler race. Brave they are being. Problem is that adding maybe a little bit of senseless urgency, I should say.
Well, that's a nice call. So 1 of 1, green-white checker. Where do we stand here?
This is going to be it, I think. I think they're going to try to re-rack it, aren't they? Because that technically wasn't a green-white checker.
Right.
So I'm showing a 3 to go on the stream, and GWC 1 of 1 is being shown on the iRacing window. So it looks like this will be our green-white checker.
All right, I don't know how to count, but you know what? That's all right. You know what? That's all right with me because we still get some bonus racing action getting ready here. But this is our only attempt, so we'll either get a caution flag or a white flag.
But I want to mention the violence thing. We've done another race. I'm going to change names, change states, but we've been involved in some races where people threaten violence to come from Ohio to Florida to come whip somebody after a race. So I hope we don't see that here, but you know how people get kind of crazy.
You're not going to see that here. These guys are,
Nah, I don't think so.
you know,
I'm just glad Jeff Schneider in the 999 car is up 24 spots. He's probably got a cigarette pack rolled up in his white shirt.
his white slave T-shirt.
And if you know what if you know what I'm talking about, Snyder, you're old. One day at a time.
Ryan Wilford saying, when do we get a full-on demolition derby? Well, I don't think that's on the schedule for this season. Check back later on.
You know what? Maybe that could be a little bit of a kind of all-star break thing at the end of the season. You know, throw these guys down there at that Irwindale figure 8 track and let them figure things out.
Exactly. Yeah, but now, if you're in the top 5 or 6, what do you do here? I mean, you got to go. You got to go for it. You got to go for the money.
Yeah, you
turn
can't.
Turn them and burn them.
You got to go back to the line that benefited you most of the race and try to run that. The 6 loves the inside, so expect to see Trevor take advantage of that restart on the inside line here.
Yeah,
Checkers or wreckers?
Just when he finally got a restart that he could actually, do some work on, was able to sneak back up to that lead. But Josh Bittner, we've seen him. We've seen him run multiple lines here and do pretty well. So do not count him out there. Starting there in second, his restarts have been pretty good. But Timothy Pope and Russ Kilgore, they've all been kind of lurking right here. Timothy Pope kind of doing a little bit of a charge here late. So anything can happen in these final laps as the pace truck prepares to come down one final time down pit road, getting ready to take this thing to that green flag. Trevor Robertson taking us away, and away we go. But no, Josh Bittner getting a fantastic restart on that outside. Let's see if he can maybe catch a run. Oh, diving down into the inside, but there was a truck still there. That's the 6. As we got absolute carnage going on behind these guys. 6 has that 728 now down there on that inside. Don't look now. Also, you got Ricky Wittenberg sliding up there into 3rd. And it looks like we're going to be taking this white flag. So it's going to end on this very lap. Trevor Robertson, Timothy Pope side by side down through turn number 1. Looks like Timothy Pope's going to get the run there on that inside line. You still got a battle there for 3rd as well between Kilgore and Wittenberg. But Timothy Pope able to sneak around that 6 truck of Trevor Robertson and come away with the win.
Oh my goodness. Well, here's the advantage of having manual cautions thrown is that you can let the guys run the last lap out, even if there's wrecking going on. It's all in Lori's hands, and she decided, hey, let them go, let them race it out. And what an exciting finish here.
Yeah, look at Ricky Wittenberg. Up 19, he's going to have to pay himself, man. D&D race graphics. Congrats to him. Top through. Wow. That was a wild finish, boys. And as they take this picture here for the top 3.
Yeah, and if you guys, I highly suggest you guys tune into the podcast. It's going to give you a great insight to the happenings of the league and what's going on and all of that. But Ricky Wittenberg, he was kind of counting himself out for this race.
He should count himself in at this point. And what was Josh Bittner thinking there as he pinched down? There was no space.
He was trying to win.
He took himself right out of the door. Well, he could have held it high. I'm not sure what was going through his mind.
It's hard to armchair quarterback it now because,
right. You didn't see.
We don't know how much visibility he had, and man, like you said earlier, that your nerves are at their peak, and
yeah, you're looking in the rear view for sure.
I love the Polish victory lap here. We have the 728 of Timothy Pope, just like Alan Kowicki used to do, and Rusty Wallace kind of kept that alive. And we're seeing it again here with the 728 of Timothy Pope. Awesome job, man.
Great drive there, kind of late from Timothy Pope. We saw him make a charge on that long green flag run. He kind of worked his way up there kind of with some magic, but, man, we got so many people up so many spots here tonight that it's going to be tough to, even though we will define the hard charge by the person that moved up the most spots, the way this thing ended, we got people moving up by quite a bit as Mr. Wittenberg there is sitting in that waiting room getting ready to be interviewed. So you know what? Let's take care of that now. Let's talk to Mr. Ricky Wittenberg, who was counting himself out, listening to that podcast. But man, sneaking away here with a third place finish. Congratulations.
Man, it was just pure luck, honestly. I had stayed out on that first run, and then there was a caution literally the lap I was having to pit. So, and I got lucky, and then I was able to just maintain track position. That was like total theft because I shouldn't have been up there.
Yeah, we love your profile picture there, the Brewster Baker, Kenny Rogers picture. But man, what an amazing race! It was a lot of fun to watch. A lot of cautions there late. That kind of messed up some strategy. Some guys we did have a few guys that were trying to split it into thirds, but talk about your fuel savings. How did you what lap did you make it to? 45, 46? You must have been pedaling it a little bit.
Yeah, I have a little trick that I use for fuel strategy, and it actually paid off for me tonight. I thought the only hope I had, honestly, I was even just counting on maybe a top 10, was to just stretch it as long as I could, and if there was a caution somewhere in the pit cycles, I might get lucky. It just happened that it happened on the lap that I was going to have to pit, and I got to thank Kelly Kill because I ran out of gas coming into the pits, and he had to push me into a box, or I would have been toasted.
We saw that. That was an amazing act of sportsmanship there.
Yeah, that's a good thing about this league. I mean, at the end of the day, most of the guys want to try to help one another, even if it's not to their own benefits sometimes. And I just hated there were so many cautions there. A lot of it was happening behind me, so I don't know what happened. I'll have to review that. But it's a Phoenix race is like a short track, and when you've got 20 laps to go, guys ain't going to let off. So I felt that it was going to be pretty crazy at the end of the race.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And you have 33 cars out here on the track for the most part. So I think it was clean. Racing stuff started happening here at the end, but people want to win that money, kind of like you did. So what do you write the check to yourself, or how does that work?
I'll just give it to my wife because that's usually where it goes anyway.
I hear you. But
That's the perfect answer.
yeah, but you're up 19 spots, man. Heck of a race.
Yeah.
And now I learned that the podcast has started, but I've learned that you've done some other podcasts as well that have kind of hit it big. So let's shout out to your podcast and talk about that a little bit.
Oh yeah, we need to really restart it. Me and one of my other buddies do a podcast called Racing Through Time, and we decided to pick one season, go race to race, and break it down. And we're in 1986 because I was a huge Tim Richmond fan. And that was his shining moment, was 1986. And overall in NASCAR, that was just a wild season. So we've done pretty well with that podcast when we actually release episodes.
Hey, that guy was amazing and crazy
Ended too soon for him.
Yeah, it was just an amazing story, and to talk about that's cool. Congratulations on the podcast and position 3 at Phoenix.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get to do it again.
Awesome, man. We'll catch you on the next one.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the broadcast.
Yep.
Now we'll slide up that leaderboard. We'll talk to the number 6 of Trevor Robertson. Man, you were running up front just about all dang race, and it kind of looked like coming in late there when you were starting on that outside. You were kind of struggling on those restarts a little bit. You finally get one. You're able to sneak back up to the lead, and man, Timothy Pope just got underneath you there in the last couple laps, but still coming away with a P2, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'd really like to apologize to Josh Bittner because I really missed my breaking point on that last restart and didn't mean to do that. But I mean, that's racing. But it was a good race. It's not my best track. I was really surprised on how well I finished.
So we talked about it a little bit during the race, how technical this place is. You know, a lot of people make fun of oval racing and NASCAR racing. You're just driving in circles. But at a place like this where every part of the track is different, and if you don't put in the practice and really know what you're doing or what kind of line you're going to run, you're going to run into some problems here. And it looks like you had it figured out most of the night.
Yeah, it's all about that breaking point, figuring out where you can brake and not just melt your tires trying to get it to turn. You kind of have to really back out of it early to get it to rotate. But yeah, it's a tough track, uneven. The dog leg makes it it's really bumpy down there, but it was a good race.
Yeah, and what was your preferred line on that dog leg? Saw some crazy moves, but walk us through what you were thinking on that dog leg and how it helped you or hurt you.
Well, the first 45 laps, I mean, you exit high in turn one, and then I just immediately cut down, try and hit the middle of the dotted line, where it's kind of like gives you an idea where to exit at, and it's hard to get it back up to the wall and then get slowed down and get it to turn to get the full arc on the corner there. But I ran good 50, 60 laps there before the race started, and it helped out a whole lot.
Yeah, that's for sure. Congratulations, P2.
Yeah,
You're in the money.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and please remind me where'd you finish last week?
I won last week.
Exactly. So we kind of got a trend little going here with Mr. Trevor Robertson. Couple weeks up here on that podium, and you know what, man, we wish you nothing but the best of luck the rest of this season, and probably look forward to hearing from you once again coming next week.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to that Bristol race. That's my best track.
God, we're gonna have to.
It's going to be so much fun, man. I'm looking forward to that one.
You're in the
I just
money.
hope we can keep it clean. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah, well, if you're up front, you're in charge of that. So
Uh,
you're already in the money now. So congratulations.
yeah, thank you.
All right, we'll now move up to our race winner, and that's Mr. Timothy Pope. Now, man, you kind of snuck up and stole that one a little bit there, Mr. Timothy. But hey, still, congratulations picking up the race win here today. I mean, you still had to drive a fantastic race up, 4 positions from where you started. We kind of saw you on that long beginning green flag run. You kind of worked your way up, kind of through a little bit of a gaggle, and man, talk about a heck of a race.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I was just hanging out, lurking around, waiting for a perfect opportunity.
Vincent on YouTube was saying Pope was the sleeper on the race, and we enjoyed watching you drive your butt off right there towards the end, and you gritted 5th. I mean, it's not like you had a slow race truck tonight. You did start in the top 5, and congratulations on picking up the win. It was really fun to watch you, buddy, and glad to see you in first place.
Yeah, thank you. I've surprised myself these first 2 races because they're not my best ones.
Well, if they're not your best ones, then I
Yeah,
don't know. Which one is your? What are you looking forward to in this series?
the mile and a halves.
All right, so we'll be looking out for you then. Hey, congratulations! You got any shout outs? Anything you want to talk about? I see you're from Carolina. The Carolinas. What part of Carolinas are you from?
Fayetteville, Vietnam.
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 All right. Shout out to them and shout out to whoever else you want to talk about right now.
Nobody really.
Okay.
All right, man. Well, again, congratulations picking up the win here today. Heck of a drive to kind of pull that one off out here in the desert, and we look forward to seeing what you got the rest of the season, man.
Yeah, see you next week, Tim.
All right, see you next week.
All right.
Wanted to mention too, Alan. I'm sorry. Trevor Robertson did end up being our fastest lap of the race with that 27:50. It ended up standing from what was that, about halfway through the race. We were talking about that, and
He's just going to take all the money, it looks like.
man, I'm telling you what, he's already paid for his entry fee for this season and next season, just on running so damn fast and finishing well.
Hey, no kidding about it. So what we'll do now is go through our finishing results and then move on to our super fan of the race. And man, a lot of great entries here tonight. That's what we want to see as we kind of run through this finishing board with Mr. Timothy Pope right on top of it in that 728 truck, up 4 positions. He's going to be that race winner with the 6 of Trevor Robertson, trying as he might, just coming up short here in second. You got the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg, up 19 spots to finish here in third. A great drive from him today with Russ Kilgore in that 7 machine, having just about right where he started, finishing there in fourth. You got Jack Dixon here up 15 spots, ending up with a top 5. And then you got Jeremiah Burke in that 753, finishing here in 6th. You got Jacob Shoffett here finishing 7th with Tyler Green in 8th. You got Zach Wheeler finishing here in 9th. And your hard charger of the race up 22 spots. And rounding out your top 10, that would be John Herdzik.
Damn good run for John in that 14, making up all them positions and snagging a top 10. Congrats to him. We didn't call his name out a whole lot tonight, but great job working your way up through the field and avoiding danger. You know, we did see some of that late. And the 63 of Joshua Oxendine finishing 11th. The 84 of Josh Bentner. So much up front running tonight for Josh. Ended up in 12th spot. 33 of Jess Vaught in that Skull Machine in 13th. The 999 of Jeff Snyder in 14th. The 12 of Albert Anderson. We talked about him having a solid race. Stayed on the lead lap. Last truck on the lead lap, but still pretty solid performance from him. Started in 21st, ended up 15th. So great run there, Albert. And the 19 of Alex Forget Barube in 16th. The 15 of Jeffrey Green in 17th. Dave Hot Rod Mayberry in that 29 truck in 18th. The 88 of Eric Klafka finished 19th. The 3 of Austin Paul, even with the support of his fans online, holding on to a 20th spot, finishing 3 laps down. George Rincon in the 28 and 21st. And rounding out your top 22, the 027 of Angelica Timmerman, finishing 22nd, also 3 laps down.
Yeah, and you have 17 Brian Jablonski, 23rd. 020 Simon Cobra Streegis, 24th. 27 of Bradley Wright, 25th. 01 of Kelly Kill, 26th. 82 of Michael Leverage, 27th. 81 Jonathan Osborne, our Spotlight Driver of the Week, 28th. 4 of Alexander Gray, 29th. 46 of Tim Rivers, 30th. 91 of Rob Green, 31st. 37 of Dustin Real, cool paint scheme for him, 32nd. And 23rd, or number 23, Dion Jones in 33rd place. That'll round them out, boys.
That'll round them out. Now, boys, you got your picks all ready here?
Got it calculated, man. I've got it calculated up. Our super fan, it was close, but Brett Vinson on YouTube. Thanks for watching, buddy. You are our super fan of this week's race. We appreciate all the comments. Thanks to all the other folks that have been commenting online. It was close between you and Chan, the man 72. Also, Ryan and both. We had a couple of Ryans and Peyton McGowan. Also, thank you for commenting. Don't give up, because next week we're going to do it again. Every week we're going to award a super fan with an entry into a drawing, which they'll do at the end of the season, and that'll be for a $50 gift card. So keep the comments coming, keep them funny. We enjoy reading them and laughing our asses off. So we enjoy it, and thanks for participating.
Sweet, congrats.
And as always, we got a shout out to the sponsors, D&D Race Graphics. Again, go check them out. That's Mr. Ricky Wittenberg. He has some fantastic paints on there, especially out there on Trading Paints. So definitely go and look them up. Then you also got the Keller Williams of Tennessee. What am I forgetting? Tell me what I'm forgetting.
Johnson City, Tennessee.
That's a country song. That's in a country song now.
Oh, yeah, it's in a country song, but it's Pam and Ricky Wittenberg, Ludeker Property Group, Keller Williams, Johnson City, Tennessee. Check them out on Facebook. If you go to m.tv and look at the race announcement for today's race, we highlighted and tagged those businesses. So if you're around Johnson City, Bristol area, and you're looking for a house, or you're looking to sell your house, contact Ricky Wittenberg down there. Follow his Facebook page, check him out, because they've always got something posted on there. And if don't try to do it on your own. Real estate's one of the things where you need to contact somebody that knows what the heck they're doing, and Pam and Ricky really do. So check them out. And also go check out the Vigilante Racing Report podcast. I believe they're going to try to release. Yeah, they're going to release that, or try to release that on Mondays, and can find that there on SoundCloud. I definitely tell you guys, go give that one a listen to, especially this first one when they talk to Mr. Osborne. Man, that's a story you guys really need to hear. But you know what? I'm all hot, sweaty, and tired. Man, I can't imagine what these drivers are feeling, especially out here in this desert heat. But you know what? For Alan English and Adam Turner, I'm Alan Brown, and we are signing off. We gone.
See ya.